So we will get into today's video in a minute. We've now taken off the JCR exhaust, which is still looking awesome, to be honest. Loving the exhaust. Well, I've loved the exhaust the whole time. And all I can say is the thing with my GT4 is I can't imagine having that car without an aftermarket exhaust one. So for me, if you buy a new 718 GT4, then it's a must that you have an aftermarket exhaust. The JCR, I can highly recommend. It worked extremely good, and yeah, really going to miss it a lot. The sound stock from the 718 GT4 is just terrible, to be honest. So yeah, that is an absolute must-have. And over here, I have my very heavy stock exhaust, which is without a doubt triple the weight of the JCR exhaust. So that's going to go back on now. Not only double the weight or triple the weight, but obviously very ugly as well. And you can see just the size of it compared to the JCR, which I can lift with one hand. Car is up on the stand, exhaust off obviously. Just want to show you guys, so this is what we hate. This is why I would really reconsider ever buying a 2020 car. Well, I think any car made from possibly October, November 2019. The horrible OPF filters that just ruin all new cars and take away most of the sound. So yes, these things we hate very much as a petrol head. For a machine coffee, it's not too bad here at Sportec. You guys join me today back at Sportec, where I seem to be spending a lot of time actually, because I am, as you've seen, putting my stock exhaust back on, preparing to sell my car. Why have I decided to put the car for sale? So I'm going to sell the car with Quineo, where I originally bought the car from. Long story short, I am going to do actually a second video talking about the things that I also haven't liked with the car. I'm not going to do it today because otherwise the video will be too long and that won't be a very good 5-minute Friday. But the main reason that I'm selling the car is, well, first of all, I've had it for around 7 months now, and for a car YouTuber, that's actually quite a long time. Most car YouTubers, well, in London anyway, seem to replace their cars every couple of months, sometimes even after 1 month. So 7 months is a relatively long time for a car YouTuber to have a car. At the end, you have to remember that any car that I buy is for my channel, is to make videos for the channel. So after a certain amount of time, you kind of get to a point and you're like, okay, there's only so much maybe I can do with this car, and it has to kind of pay for itself. That's how myself, or maybe it's different for other YouTubers, that's how, you know, we run these channels, creating videos, making money off, some money, very low money off YouTube. And yeah, everyone's case is different. This is my situation. Unfortunately, I wasn't a trust fund baby like, let's say, probably 90% of the car YouTubers out there. So I can't just keep the car just because I like it. I would love to just keep the GT4 if my videos got 1 million views each, or that's why I sometimes say to you guys, please leave a thumbs up. It helps the channel grow, creates more income, and allows me to do bigger things, like maybe one day buying a GT3. Anyway, yeah, I can't keep the car for nothing during the winter. So the next 2 months, I'm so busy, which is amazing. After Corona, when Corona came, everything stopped. So all the car events, all of my paid jobs, working as a photographer, a content creator for some brands. So I did some content creation for Audi, did some for Lamborghini last week in Sardinia, which is amazing. But when Corona came, everything stopped, and now everything started again. So everyone's trying to do all of the events and everything before the winter comes. So that means the next 2 months till pretty much the end of October, I'm so busy. I've got press cars booked until the end of October. I've got the R8 Spider coming, the BMW M8, the Alpine, and a couple of Porsches from Sportec hopefully to film. So a lot going on. I'm also going on a week shoot with Polestar, doing pictures for them. Just so busy. I'm also maybe going to Italy for 3 weeks to film some videos with Lamborghini. Again, amazing, but it got me thinking, what's the point of keeping the GT4 until end of October when I'm not going to be here anyway? And around the end of October, I originally said to myself I would keep the car until end of summer, because obviously when the winter comes, I live in Switzerland, it's snowing, there's loads of salt on the roads, which also wouldn't be good for a car like that. I would have anyway put up for sale. So rather than keep it in my garage for a couple of months where I could use it probably for about 3 more times, I thought it was best just to do an adult smart move financially and put the car for sale. Now take the parts off, put it back to original condition, and damn this fly. So yeah, that's pretty much the reason. I'm going to miss it massively. On one side, I'm also not going to miss this OPF shit and restrictions that this car came with. I don't know what's coming next. You guys can already start commenting if you like what would be a good replacement for a fun, good-looking winter car that would be good to modify. I say that because I would love to do more modifying videos here at Sportec over the winter. I think it would be super fun. So something that works good in the snow, that I could put my snowboard on top and just have a lot of fun, and let's say sounds nice also. Yeah, open to your suggestions. Sad. Oh. Oh, the stock looks so ugly also. Oh, back to no sound. Speaking of cars that I might film from Sportec, there is something under here very exciting, obviously a Porsche, that I'm hopefully going to film within the next month. I'm going to let you guys try and guess it, give you a little sneak preview. I wonder who could guess what this is. But I can tell you, it's very expensive, very rare, and I'm very, very excited about the thought to film this. They've been rebuilding this for I think a year now, and I've pretty much persuaded them I can do a video with it. Stay tuned for that because it could be very, very exciting. Okay, I'm going to borrow you for 2 minutes to answer the unanswered questions.
Okay.
So in today's video, I just wanted to answer the unanswered question from the previous one we did with the Gt4 and the Dyno.
Yeah.
And everyone was confused, including myself, because actually I have no idea what I was talking about. And the power that we showed, which was in the end, was it 394?
39, something like this, yeah.
Something like this. And a lot of people said, well, actually that's not underpowered because that's the power at the wheels, when then there's obviously a percent to the crank. But that's wrong. That was the power at the crank.
Yes.
Just to clarify, what we showed was the power at the crank. And then everybody said, well, that dyno measures the power at the wheels, and if you're showing at the crank, how do you calculate
the difference?
Yeah, first of all, the power that we showed was at the crank, which does mean it was underpowered. That means it was underpowered, not that it was at the wheels, and actually the calculation works out. But Blaze, it like plus minus 1%.
Yes, because the guys which built the dyno, they make some tests to check how much is the loss from the gearbox and all the bearings and everything, and they have made several cars on their test running road compared to the engine dyno, to be sure as where the difference is and where the losses go through. So this is gearbox, bearings, whatever, tires and all the things. Okay. Automatic gearboxes, there is the gap higher because there you have much more things which can have influence to the power between the crank to the wheels. Yeah. Okay. So there is a big gap. Yeah. Okay. So another thing I've learned. Automatic gearboxes are different.
So yeah, good. That pretty much, hopefully that answers the question to the power and how you measure at the crank and what is how accurate it is.
There are some other points, and this is if you have a 4-wheel drive or a 2-wheel drive, then you have a transaxle and a Haldex gearbox and whatever. They have also losses, but these things are all included in this difference.
Okay, so when Porsche says, okay, the GT4 has 420, they're saying at the crank. That's what they give. Yeah. So that means it was really 25 under power. I had a lot of people message me on Instagram and send me pictures of their dyno, and they were getting 420 and above. So I'm really confused why actually mine seems so much lower.
The problem is you can have different correction factors. You can measure by DIN, German industrial norm, or you can EC or EG, which is the European correction factor, and this have also a bigger influence. And so this is the reason why we measure with EC norm.
Okay, EC norm.
Yes, because this gives the lower numbers, but it's very close to that what the factory says.
Okay.
So then you are always on the safe side, because if you have too much or more than they should have, clients are confident, are happy.
Sure.
Then you have lesser,
Yeah. Another thing, actually, a lot of people said, which maybe we should have done, they said when you dyno a GT4, we should have put forced air into the side intakes.
This can be a little, sure. This is right. This might be, but we have the air which we have here, and it's not 100% the same like on the road. That's right.
So maybe if we did forced air into the side, it would have done a bit more.
Yep. It is like it is.
I'm selling it now, so whatever.
Whatever. Okay.
Yeah, thanks, man.
You're welcome.
Again, more information.
Yeah.
Stock exhaust is back on. Sad times. When I do get another Porsche, which will happen, of course, eventually, then I would definitely be putting another JCR exhaust on. Fingers crossed that one day my next goal as a dream car would be a manual GT3. Not the latest model, the previous model, pre-OPF, of course. I still feel hugely privileged that I had a GT4 for around 7 months. It really was a dream come true. But thank you so much for watching, and for me, it is a much quieter ciao for now.